It's Thursday, November 19th, and we're about 2.5 hours into trading. Good morning, traders. We've got a little bit of support on the market right now after a really hard sell off yesterday. I believe the market is going to go higher right now. We have a bullish cross right here in the 1OP indicator. Going to spend a little bit of time on day trading, show you what we've got. So, yesterday we had a lackluster market. We were inside of the prior day's range and just chopping around. Mix of green and red candles, nothing really going until we took out the low of the day right here. Okay, well, that could have been just hunting for some shorts. And in fact, in yesterday's video, I'd mentioned the double top lower high and the fact that we're probably going to be pulling back. So that's exactly what happened when we took out that low. Normally, just on a bid check, on a probe for sell stop orders, you would see a drop like this below the low of the day and then an immediate bounce right back into the range. That's how you would know that this red bar would be just a fake, just flushing out those orders. But when you get this next leg down, then you know that it's something more than just hunting for stop orders. Well, the market pulled back, and then we got actually pretty nice action. Right here, we had this bullish engulfing pattern off of a double low. That usually is when the market will take off. I bought here. I did not like that bearish engulfing candle. I scratched that trade right here. Luckily, that long position and then the selling really hit. Once we got into the last half hour of trading yesterday, this is all program driven. That is sell programs just feeding on each other. And then asset managers just pull bids going into the close, and it's an air pocket that we hit. As I mentioned to my members yesterday, and as I mentioned in my comments before the open today, the market will not rally until the bid has been tested. So if we had gotten an early gap higher, my suggestion to traders was fade that. Fade that move because we have to go down and test that low of the day and perhaps even below it. So, what's happened right now? By the way, I should mention if you'd like to get my pre open market comments, it has fundamental and technical analysis each day before the market opens. Please look in the description of this video. You'll see a link to my Twitter feed. You can click on that and subscribe to it so that you'll always have those early morning comments. So, what's happened since then? How does the market look now? What can we expect this afternoon? I'm pretty bullish in here, and I am going to keep the 5-minute chart up because we've got this nice bullish cross right here. And you can see early in the day, we had a deep trough in the 1OP indicator. That was a bullish sign. Okay, so we rally up, market comes in and it makes a higher low. That's good news because we avoided a meltdown. If we would have checked that low and broken below it, who knows where we'd be by now. I believe the next support level is around SPY 351. Well, we don't want to go there. So then on the next move, we actually made a new high for the day, and that gap has been easily filled in. Great. Looks like there's a decent bid to the market right now, and buyers are going to gradually start getting a little more aggressive as the day unfolds. So on this next move lower, we make a higher low. We have a nice upward sloping channel here. Then the market compresses. What can we learn from this compression? When the 1OP indicator is dropping like it did right here and the market is sideways, that is what we call a bullish divergence. Why? Because normally when this indicator is going down like this, we expect the market to be declining. When the market is not declining, it tells us that the bid is pretty strong. And we see some tails under body right here. And now we have a bullish cross. I am looking at this as a good entry point for longs, and I believe probably by the end of this video, we're going to see a nice long green candle in here challenging that high of the day. I'm banking on it because I'm currently long futures. I have my stop in, and my stop is right down at this level here. So I'll be stopped out of the trade if we breach that, but I got long right in here around the 355.80 level versus the SPY. So we'll see what happens. But yes, I do like this formation. Here's the other news, a little bit more general for the day as it's unfolded so far. The market has been able to hold the bid. Buyers are in there, and we know that because we haven't tested that low. we've been going higher and higher. So each time the market pulls back a little bit, buyers get a little bit more aggressive because they don't feel that we're going to be able to get down to this level, so they're buying here. They don't feel that we'll be able to get down to this level, so they're buying here. That's how higher lows work. Just a little bit of technical analysis for you. On a daily basis, if we look at this chart, we can see a lot of choppy trading. Anytime the market gets ahead of itself, it seems like we have selling pressure. Not going to go into the fundamental forces behind why the market is so choppy and why we're in this range. I'll just say that there are opposing forces, bullish and bearish, and I can make a case for either scenario. And so that means that buyers and sellers are paired off. So on a technical basis, SPY is still above this 352 level. That's good. That was a horizontal resistance level. Now it's support, tested once, twice. It's held so far. Also, the market is above this high right here, which comes into play almost at the low of the day today. That's good. I'd still like to see us get above this SPY 360 level. I believe that is significant. So hopefully between today and tomorrow, we'll be able to recapture most of this red candle. That's how I'm playing it. So it's time for us to take a look at some bullish stocks. Last night I put a video out like I do every Wednesday night to my one option members, and I highlighted 6 trades. We were only able to get one of them done, even with the market down today. I thought for sure we're going to get filled on maybe 2 or 3 of them with this market drop on the open. No go. Every single one of those stocks was higher today, with the exception of one. It dipped just briefly and then it ran. That is a testament to how well this trading system works. And if you come in for the 2-week trial, you're going to see tons of fantastic traders who have learned the system in the chat room, and they're posting great trades constantly throughout the day. And I require them to post entries and exits. That keeps everybody honest. I don't just want to see the winners, I want to see the losers too. But you're not going to see a lot of losers. So right now, we're going to be looking for bullish trades. Before I get into that, I got to show you one of the searches that we do. It is called a explosion alert. We get bullish explosion alerts and we get bearish explosion alerts. And yesterday we had a really nice bearish explosion alert, and it was on why. And we caught it right in here. That big drop. Now, what happens is I know every 5-minute interval for every stock, and I know the 20-day average volume for that exact 5-minute interval for every single stock. When I see a huge volume spike and I see a technical breach, we get an alert on that stock, and it is a pop-up alert that you can't miss. Maybe we'll even get one during the video. Traders were all over that yesterday when they saw one on YY, and I'm just going to prove it to you by bringing in my chat room, and you can see the transcripts from yesterday. And here you can see YY. There's the drop. This is at 13:02, so that's 1 o'clock. And you can see as I scroll down, quite a number of people were in YY. Big drop. And we had members posting that they had made their annual subscription fee just on one trade. And it didn't take long because the bottom fell out of that stock. So these explosion alerts happen on the bullish side, they happen on the bearish side. What I'm going to show you is that we want these moves to happen through major horizontal support or resistance on a daily basis. So in this case, when that stock started to crumble, you could see that horizontal support right there fail at about the $93 level. Boom. That's when you know it's a good one. If you had a stock that's had horizontal resistance and you get a 5-minute bar that explodes through that horizontal resistance to the upside, you know that's the real deal. You know that's the one that you want to jump on. And we have to jump on these trades early, and that's what we're really looking for, is that breakout on a daily basis, because that tells us that this move is News driven. There's something that's out there and it hasn't even hit the news wires yet, and traders are all over it. So we get short in here, then the news comes out, and that's when you see the heavy selling. So those are bullish and bearish explosion alerts. Those are available on Option Stalker Pro, and Option Stalker Pro is part of the 2-week free trial. You can see we're getting a little bit of a pullback here on the SPY, so I hope I don't get stopped out, but it's possible. Getting pretty close to my stop out level and my entry point right in here, so we'll kind of keep an eye on it. Let's take a look at some stocks that are moving. I'm going to go right into one of my favorite searches. It's heavy buying. So we're just going to knock through this list and see what we've got. You'll see how easy it is for us to find great stocks. Shop has been on our list since the very open today. You've got a beautiful horizontal support level here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the stock has had relative strength all day today and heavy volume. That's why it's on the list. Look at that beautiful move. Let's go down to TWLO. We happen to have a bullish put spread on this one. That's going to expire worthless tomorrow, which is very nice. TWLO on the list early today. Nice check of the 100-day moving average. We've got it above the 50-day moving average right out of the gate this morning. It was on that list. So you could have caught it in here, long green candles closing on their high. There you got a close above the prior day's high right here, 2 days ago high right there. So you knew this thing had a full head of steam. So looks like I'm going to get stopped out on my futures trade here. I hope not. We'll see. Roku. You've got Roku exploding higher. You can see it right through that prior horizontal resistance. Off to the races. It's been on the list all morning. Adobe. It's starting to gain some traction. I like it here because it's trying to get through the 100-day moving average. It needs to close above that 100-day moving average. Then I'd be liking it a whole lot better. Let's see when that earnings date comes out, December 10th. So we've got a little bit of time to sell some out of the money bullish put spreads. So we've got an upward sloping trend line right here. We've got firm support right around that $450 level. Let's take a look and see if we can get any decent premium before that December 10th earnings date. So we're not going to go to December 11th because that spread would span earnings season. So we're going to go to the next closest one and we'll click on the 450, 445, or maybe we can go 450 and 447.50. That spread is currently 20 cents bid, offered at 85 cents. I need to get 50 cents for this spread. I think it's doable. We're within that bid-ask spread, and I think that's possible. In fact, a little bit on the bid side, which is good because we're looking to sell it. So if you get any kind of little pullback today, then we might be able to get filled on that spread, and it puts us down in this level right here. Now I can do a check. It's going to take me a little bit of time, but I can do a check on this one. Let's do it real quick. I'm going to go into custom search, and I want to see if this stock rallies into earnings. I've got a search that will do that for me, but we're not quite inside the 2-week window, and that search would be buy into earnings. These are all stocks that have a tendency to rally into the earnings announcement. So these are also fantastic day trades right now. 75% of the time over the course of the last 3 years, these stocks have rallied 2 weeks inside of that earnings window. So once earnings starts to approach, they catch a bid and they go. Now, outside of that 2-week window, I've got to use the custom search engine to check that. So I'm going to go into option liquidity because Adobe has excellent option liquidity. And I'm going to go into earnings, pre-earnings bull to see if, and we'll use the 19th, and we'll use a farther out date, which I know the 14th will capture that. So let's see if we got Adobe on this list. And no, so it doesn't mean that it won't rally into earnings, but it has not had that history. I was hoping it would because that would give me a greater level of conviction on that trade. So we're going to go back into heavy buying. I do like that Adobe spread, especially if the stock can get above that 100-day moving average. BILI has been on the list this morning. I got to be honest, I didn't trade it. It's just been crazy. Those are beautiful long green candles, stock above prior day high, massive volume. You can get on board when you see long green candles like this gapping and closing, each one higher consecutively. That's just an incredible amount of strength right there. So, BILI nice. I can't say that I would chase it up here. As I see something good, I'm going to try and show you a trade that we've got that we can line up on it. CRWD, this has also been on the list from the open today. Check that earnings date, and we're into the 2nd of December. Don't have a lot of options open to us before that date. So, actually, let's see if we've still got that search up. I hope I didn't close down custom search because we could see CRWD also not on that list. So not a tendency to rally into earnings. Let's continue to go down the list. CRM, nothing really too interesting there. Target, really nice. So yesterday it announced earnings before the open. We had a bearish hammer, but that was largely created by the sell-off in the market. Today, the market is down. What did the stock do? See you later. In fact, I might have even highlighted Target yesterday, but I think I'd mentioned yesterday, really want to see the support level hold. Now I've got that information. I know that support level is going to hold. Hover over that candle, we can see that the high was around 166, 167. 167's got to be the strike price that I use for my short trade or lower. So I'm going to go out 2 weeks, December 4th expiration. I'm going to be taking a look at the 167 strike or lower. And we've got the 167.50 that we can do, and that looks really close to our credit that we need. Got 167.50, 165 bullish put spread. Yes, we're right at the money, but we're only 2 weeks out, and we know this stock wants to go. How do we know that? Because it had such an incredible earnings reaction yesterday, and today with the market down, buyers didn't waste any time. They saw that close yesterday and they went, mine. I'm buying as much of it as I can get. So we know the stock wants to go higher. Spread is 41 cents bid, offered at 68 cents. I think you can get 50 cents for that spread easy right here, right now. I like it. So if this breakout fails and the stock closes below 167, reel it back in. I think you're going to be having more and more distance with each passing day because Target wants to go higher. If this spread expires worthless in 2 weeks, you'll make 25% on it. I like it. That's going to be the trade that I highlight. Let's go into that 5-minute chart. Let's go into a 15-minute chart, and then I can show you the price action. We can overlay the SPY as well, and there you can see. So stock, big reaction to the earnings. Kind of treads water while the market's pulling back a little bit. That gray line is the SPY. Then the bottom falls out of the SPY. Look at that big drop in the SPY, the gray line. Yeah, the stock follows suit. Today, what's the market done? Look, it's all the way down here and it's down for the day. What has the stock done? See ya later. On its high of the day right now, this stock wants to go. Pete, why don't you buy calls? I love buying calls. That's what I really like to do. I like to buy calls because we don't have a market tailwind. If you are a call buyer, we have to have a market tailwind because when the stock wants to take a pause, it's got that tailwind continuing to fuel it higher and push it higher and push it higher. We don't have that. Could Target continue to grind higher even without the market? Yes, but I'm not banking on it, and that's why I don't want to buy calls. I want to sell out of the money, put premium. I want time decay working in my favor. We've got a holiday coming up next week. Trading activity usually slows down around those holidays. That's good for premium sellers and it's horrible for premium buyers. So right now, given the market conditions, no, I don't want to be a call buyer of any calls. So that's the mentality that you have to have. You've always got to evaluate market conditions. Market conditions are going to dictate what stocks you should be in and what your option strategy should be for that stock right here and right now. If you haven't signed up, register on my website, you'll be able to access my free ebook where I get into detail on exactly that. Market first, stock second. So we've got our trade for the day. Going to continue to take a look here, see if we can find maybe another one. And I'll go down to Z. Want to get back to that daily chart. Nice relative strength in here. Stock looks good. Like to see it through this level. And then it'll be able to take off. That'll be through that horizontal resistance level right there. SQ, been on a list today. It looks good. Same pattern, trying to get through this horizontal resistance right here. BLNK, look at that thing go. That's been on the list. I had mentioned yesterday JMIA, breakout through that horizontal resistance. Made money on this one today, made 50 cents on a $22 stock. That's been nice. Candy, unstoppable. I highlighted that one yesterday. That one's good. This is just one search. That's how it works. We've got traders that come in and they just start pounding through really 3 or 4 of our searches. Pop bull is great for bullish swing trades. Don't have any today. That means we don't want to do any. Then we go into heavy buying. There's your list. We go into relative strength 30. There's your list. And here's how it works. Market right now has been flat to maybe a little bit lower in the last 30 minutes. These are the stocks that want to go higher. If I go into a 30-minute chart, or a 5-minute chart, excuse me, you'll see. Look at that. There it goes. Market waffling around sideways. This stock wants to go, trying to get through the high of the day. Yes, this could be a good entry point for low. BABA, look at that thing go. That's what we want to be trading. Market down, stock up. Hello, buyers are lined up. It wants to go. If the daily chart looks pretty decent on it, can't say that this one does, but we're getting a bullish engulfing pattern here. Yeah, those are the ones you want to buy. I'd rather have a stock that's breaking out to a new high. Microsoft testing the 100-day moving average. That's interesting to me. Relative strength right now. Yeah, I would buy Microsoft here for a day trade for sure. That's how we do it. I'm going to cut this video short. You're going to see a video on Saturday. I had 6 stocks that I highlighted yesterday. Market down this morning. We couldn't get filled on one of them because every one of those stocks was higher. It's a testament to how well the systematic approach works. I hope you'll join me for the 2-week trial. Please leave your comments. If you like this content, give it a thumbs up. Post your comments. I reply to all of them. And also, please make sure that you subscribe to the YouTube channel and turn on your notifications so that you never miss any of these videos, because I'm always going to have a great trade idea in there for you, just like Target. I like it. I think that one's going to work. Good luck. We'll see you tomorrow. Thank you for watching this YouTube video. I'm Pete Stolzers, and I'm going to keep the trade ideas coming along with lots of education, so make sure to subscribe to the channel and please turn on your notifications so that you never miss another trade. If you like the content, please give it a thumbs up. I've loaded 2 other videos that I think you're really going to enjoy. Stay tuned. We'll see you soon.